Most dividend investors know how much monthly income they want. Almost none of them calculate how much that income must grow after it arrives. Imagine two investors. Both say their goal is $4,000 per month in dividends. They sound identical. They are not. The first investor wants a portfolio that produces $4,000 per month today. The second wants a portfolio capable of preserving the purchasing power of that $4,000 for the next 20 or 30 years. That difference changes everything. Replacing your salary is not simply reaching one monthly dividend number and stopping there. Your salary normally increases over time. Your expenses do too. Housing becomes more expensive. Health insurance rises. Food, transportation, taxes, and basic services rarely remain frozen. So you are not trying to replace one paycheck. You are trying to build an income system capable of surviving time. Think of it like building a bridge across a river. A portfolio that produces today's salary but cannot keep pace with inflation is a bridge that reaches only halfway across. From the starting side, it may look impressive. It may even feel complete. But when you actually need it to carry you into retirement, it does not reach the destination. That is why the real goal is not merely passive income. It is durable income. In this video, you will learn how to calculate the income target that actually matters. You will see why the first $100,000 can change the entire experience. We will identify the point where portfolio growth begins overtaking your contributions. You will learn how gradually increasing those contributions can compress the timeline without making the plan impossible to maintain. And most importantly, you will see how to build dividend income that can continue growing after your paycheck disappears. If you value realistic investing strategies built around actual numbers, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because before calculating how to build the snowball, you must decide what the snowball is actually supposed to pay for. Replace a $4,000 monthly salary. At a realistic 4% dividend yield, that requires roughly $1.2 million invested. The math is correct. But there's a better question to ask first. Do you actually need your portfolio to replace every dollar you earn? Or do you only need it to replace the income your lifestyle depends on? This is what I call your work optional number. The formula is surprisingly simple. Annual expenses minus reliable income equals portfolio income gap. Reliable income could come from several places: Social Security, a pension, rental income, part-time work you genuinely enjoy, or even another steady source of household income. Imagine a household that earns $72,000 per year, but only spends $48,000. Years later, Social Security provides $18,000 annually. The portfolio doesn't need to generate the full $72,000. It only needs to cover the remaining $30,000. At a 4% income target, that's roughly $750,000, not $1.8 million. Of course, don't make the mistake of being overly optimistic. Your calculations should leave room for taxes, healthcare costs, inflation, unexpected expenses, and a healthy margin of safety. Think of it like preparing for a road trip. Buying enough fuel to drive every road in the country would be unnecessary. The smarter approach is figuring out exactly where you're trying to go. Building a dividend portfolio works the same way. Your goal isn't necessarily to recreate every paycheck you receive today. Your goal is to remove your dependence on needing one tomorrow. Once you know the destination, something else becomes much easier to understand. Why does progress toward that goal feel so incredibly slow in the beginning? Now that you know the destination, it's easier to understand why so many investors lose confidence along the way. The biggest mistake isn't expecting too little. It's expecting too much too soon. Think of every dividend-paying share as a tiny employee you've hired. Each one has a simple job: produce income for you. The problem is that no business becomes successful after hiring its first few employees. Imagine trying to replace your entire salary with a team of just 5 people. It wouldn't happen. Not because those employees aren't working, but because there simply aren't enough of them yet. A dividend portfolio works exactly the same way. Let's say you begin with $25,000 invested at a 3% dividend yield. That's roughly $750 per year, or about $62.50 per month in dividends. Now you're also investing $500 every month, adding $6,000 per year in new capital. You're contributing nearly 8 times more money than your portfolio is producing in annual dividends. That's why focusing only on your monthly dividend income during this stage creates the wrong expectation. Instead, measure what is actually growing. Track how many shares you own. Monitor your annual contributions. Watch your dividend growth. Follow your portfolio value. And calculate what percentage of your annual expenses your investments could already cover. Those numbers show that your workforce is expanding, even if your paycheck from it is still small. Your portfolio isn't failing. Right now it's hiring employees, not replacing your salary. And as that workforce grows year after year, there comes a point when the income it produces starts looking very different. For many investors, that shift begins around the first major milestone. That first major milestone is usually $100,000. One viewer described it perfectly. The first $100,000 took the longest. The second arrived faster. The third came faster still. That does not mean $100,000 is a magical number. It means the portfolio has finally become large enough for ordinary returns to create visible results. Assume an average annual total return of 8%. On a $25,000 portfolio, that represents roughly $2,000 in potential annual growth. On $100,000, the same 8% becomes approximately $8,000. On $250,000, it becomes around $20,000. The percentage never changed. The base did. Until the portfolio reaches meaningful size, you are doing most of the work through saving and investing. But as the balance grows, your portfolio begins behaving like another employee on your financial team. At first, that employee contributes only a few hours of value each month. Later, it can produce thousands of dollars per year. Eventually, it may generate more annually than you can personally contribute. That is why the first $100,000 often feels brutally slow. You are building it mostly with your own money. The next $100,000 has more help. It benefits from new contributions, reinvested dividends, dividend growth, capital appreciation, and returns earned on a much larger base. Those forces begin working together, which is why future milestones can arrive closer and closer together. Of course, this acceleration is not guaranteed in a straight line. Markets decline, returns vary. Some years may move you backward, but a larger portfolio gives every future percentage gain more financial weight. The first $100,000 is where compounding often stops feeling theoretical and starts becoming visible. The next important moment is when the portfolio begins growing faster than you can continue feeding it. This is one of the most satisfying moments in long-term investing. We've received quite a few comments from viewers saying this was the moment everything finally clicked for them. The moment when their portfolio started generating more growth in a year than they were contributing themselves. It's incredibly rewarding because, for the first time, you can actually see your investments doing more of the heavy lifting. This is known as the crossover point. It's the moment when your portfolio's annual growth becomes greater than your annual contributions. Imagine you're investing $700 every month. That's $8,400 per year. Now suppose your portfolio has grown to $120,000. At an average annual return of 8%, it could potentially generate about $9,600 in annual growth. For the first time, your investments may be adding more money than you are. Think back to the employees we talked about earlier. In the beginning, you're building the business almost entirely on your own. Every month, you're the one bringing in new capital. Each share you buy is like hiring another employee. At first, that team is simply too small to make a meaningful difference. But year after year, your workforce grows. Eventually, those employees become productive enough that, together, they generate more value in a year than you can personally contribute. That's what the crossover point really represents. Your monthly contributions haven't become less important. They're now working alongside reinvested dividends, dividend growth, market appreciation, and a much larger base of productive assets. Your portfolio isn't replacing your effort. It's multiplying it. Of course, this isn't a guarantee that every year will look the same. Markets are unpredictable. Some years your portfolio may grow far more than 8%. Other years it may lose value. The crossover point is a long-term milestone, not an annual promise. But once you reach it, something fundamentally changes. Your portfolio is no longer just a collection of investments. It's becoming a workforce that's capable of creating wealth alongside you. And the best part is that this workforce can keep growing without you having to work longer hours. Whenever we talk about investing more, there's one comment that appears almost every time. Who can realistically invest $800 a month while paying a mortgage, raising a family, and covering everyday expenses? It's a fair question. The truth is, most people can't. And that's exactly why you shouldn't compare your starting contribution to someone else's finish line. You don't need to begin by investing $800 or $1,000 every month. You need a plan that allows your contributions to grow as your income grows. Imagine you start with $300 per month. Now increase that amount by just 5% each year. Year 1, you're investing $300. Year 2, about $315. Year 3, roughly $331. By year 6, you're around $383. By year 10, you're investing about $465 every month. Keep repeating the process, and eventually you'll be contributing $700 or $800 a month without making one dramatic lifestyle change. Think of it like expanding a successful business. You don't hire 50 employees on opening day. You hire one, then another when the business can support it. As revenue grows, so does the team. Your investment contributions should grow the same way. Every raise, bonus, tax refund, paid-off debt, or new income stream becomes an opportunity to hire more employees for your portfolio. One simple habit can make an enormous difference. Before lifestyle inflation absorbs your next raise, commit part of it to your investments instead. You probably won't even miss money you never learned to spend. The goal isn't to invest aggressively for 1 year. The goal is to increase your investing capacity in a way you can sustain for decades. Because a larger portfolio is only part of the equation. For a dividend snowball to truly replace your salary, the income it produces must keep growing too. By now, you've built the foundation, you've grown your workforce, and you've reached the point where your portfolio is beginning to do more of the heavy lifting. But there's one final piece that determines whether it can truly replace your salary. Can that income keep growing after you stop working? One viewer pointed out that a 2% to 3% dividend yield may be more realistic for many high-quality dividend growth companies than starting with a 4% yield. That's an important observation because chasing the highest yield isn't always the smartest strategy. A 4% yield can generate more income today, but a portfolio yielding 2.5% or 3% may offer faster dividend growth, stronger businesses, healthier balance sheets, and greater long-term appreciation. The goal isn't to find the highest yield. It's to find the right balance between current income, sustainable payouts, dividend growth, total return, and valuation. Remember the original goal of replacing a $4,000 monthly salary. If inflation averages 3% per year, that same lifestyle could require roughly $5,375 per month just 10 years later. A portfolio that continues paying exactly $4,000 every month hasn't actually replaced your salary. Its purchasing power has quietly been shrinking. Think of inflation as a finish line that keeps moving farther away. You don't beat it by standing still. You beat it by owning businesses that continue increasing the income they pay you over time. That's also why it's important to avoid a few common mistakes. Don't chase unsustainably high yields. Don't withdraw dividends before your portfolio reaches meaningful scale. Don't let a single position become too large. And don't stop investing every time the market becomes uncomfortable. At this point, you have the complete blueprint. The only remaining question is whether you'll stay consistent long enough to let the system work. At this point, the math is no longer the deciding factor. Consistency is. Imagine two investors. They both start with modest portfolios. They both receive small dividend payments in the beginning. Maybe $40, $70, or $100 per month. And both go through the frustrating stage where the progress feels almost invisible. The first investor looks at those early results and decides the strategy simply doesn't work. He keeps jumping from one investing approach to another. He starts spending his dividends too early. He waits for the perfect time to invest more. And because he never sticks with one system long enough, he never gives compounding the chance to do its job. The second investor sees those same small dividend payments very differently. He understands that his portfolio isn't an income machine yet. It's an income factory still under construction. So he gradually increases his contributions. He reinvests every dividend. He focuses on quality businesses with growing income. He tracks his expense gap, builds an emergency fund, and measures his progress toward the first $100,000 and the crossover point. Both investors began in almost exactly the same place. The difference wasn't a secret stock or perfect market timing. It was how long they allowed the system to keep working. Because the second investor isn't just buying shares anymore. He's quietly building his own private source of income. Most people spend their entire careers working for someone else's payroll department. Dividend investing gives you the opportunity to build one of your own. Every share you buy is like hiring another employee. Every dividend you reinvest hires another one. Every monthly contribution expands your workforce. At first, that payroll department is far too small to make a meaningful difference. But year after year, as more employees join the team and every one of them continues producing income, something remarkable begins to happen. Instead of relying entirely on your job to generate cash flow, you gradually build a second source of income that belongs to you. That's how a dividend snowball actually replaces a salary. Not because you found the highest yielding stock, but because you built a large enough portfolio, gave it time to grow, continued investing consistently, and owned businesses capable of increasing their income faster than inflation. If there's one lesson to remember, it's this. You're not investing to receive your next dividend. You're investing to build a paycheck you'll own for the rest of your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who's working toward financial independence. I'd love for you to leave a comment and be part of the discussion. I read your comments not just to engage with the community, but because many of them inspire ideas, examples, and even future videos like this one. So if you have something to share, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. And remember, every dollar you invest today is another silent worker joining your financial team. It keeps working whether you're at work, asleep, or enjoying retirement. One day, those workers may be the ones replacing the paycheck you once depended on. I'll see you in the next video.